number of incarcerated citizens per capita, number of adults who believe angels are real, and
Freedom. So let's keep it that way.
well, the New York.
Hold on.
We were able to be all these things and do all these. America is not the greatest country in the world anymore. Enough?
Can you say why America is the greatest country in the world?
Diversity and opportunity.
Lewis? Freedom and freedom. So let's keep it that way.
Well, the New York Jets.
No, I'm gonna hold you to an answer on that. What makes America the greatest country in the world?
Well, Lewis and Sharon said it. Diversity and opportunity and freedom and freedom.
I'm not letting you go back to the airport without answering the question.
Well, our Constitution is a masterpiece. James Madison was a genius. The Declaration of Independence is, for me, the single greatest piece of American writing. You don't look satisfied.
One's a set of laws and the other's a declaration of war. I want a human moment from you. What about the people? Why is
It's not
America
the greatest country in the world, Professor. That's my answer.
You're saying
Yes.
Let's talk about
Fine. Sharon, the NEA is a loser. Yeah, it accounts for a penny out of her paycheck, but he gets to hit you with it anytime he wants. It doesn't cost money. It costs votes. It costs airtime and column inches. You know why people don't like liberals? Because they lose. If liberals are so smart, how come they lose so goddamn always?
Hey.
And with a straight face, you're going to tell students that America is so star-spangled awesome that we're the only ones in the world who have freedom? Canada has freedom. Japan has freedom. The UK, France, Italy, Germany, Spain, Australia, Belgium has freedom. So 207 sovereign states in the world, like 180 of them have freedom.
All right.
And yeah, you, sorority girl, just in case you accidentally wander into a voting booth one day, there's some things you should know. And one of them is, there is absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world. We're 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, number 4 in labor force, and number 4 in exports. We lead the world in only 3 categories: number of incarcerated citizens per capita, number of adults who believe angels are real, and defense spending, where we spend more than the next 26 countries combined, 25 of whom are allies. Now, none of this is the fault of a 20-year-old college student, but you nonetheless are, without a doubt, a member of the worst generation ever. So when you ask what makes us the greatest country in the world, I don't know what the you're talking about. Yosemite? Sure used to be. We stood up for what was right. We fought for moral reasons. We passed laws, struck down laws for moral reasons. We waged wars on poverty, not poor people. We sacrificed. We cared about our neighbors. We put our money where our mouths were, and we never beat our chest. We built great big things, made ungodly technological advances, explored the universe, cured diseases, and we cultivated the world's greatest artists and the world's greatest economy. We reached for the stars, acted like men. We aspired to intelligence. We didn't belittle it. It didn't make us feel inferior. We didn't identify ourselves by who we voted for in the last election, and we didn't scare so easy. We were able to be all these things and do all these things because we were informed by great men, men who were revered. First step in solving any problem is recognizing there is one. America is not the greatest country in the world anymore. Enough?
Yeah. not the greatest country anymore, you know. And in all reality, Most High made America great so he could make it not great. He rose it up just like the days of Pharaoh in Egypt, just so he could take it down and show his power. Revelation 17:5, upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And it's going to be destroyed. The greatness comes from the Most High orchestrating its greatness, raising it up to be great. And it says in the scriptures that Babylon has been a golden cup in his hand, Most High's hand. Lived deliciously. Like the man said in this video, she used to be great. Not anymore. He stated that she was based on morals, made decisions based on real humanity, so to speak. I'm kind of paraphrasing what he was saying. He cared about the land. They cared, so to speak. But that, in all actuality, too, slaves built America and cultivated the land. They just cut it off by building an industrial revolution, basically, that cut all the farmers and the agricultural resources and the slaves that had jobs as farmers, as, ones that tended to their land, grew their crops. Won't make this long at all. Jeremiah 51:9, talking about this Babylon. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. She, America, the harlot, rise up on the beast, NATO and EU. This is the banking cow system used by the elites in England, London, what have you. The British colonies that came over here to colonize America. Those are those same Britons here. The British mandate that was came to surface, came to play right before the small hats got into Israel to write it into document and confirmation that they were the people of the land, or that they would have that, possess that land and have it as their home. We know back then, going way back before they were the Britons, well, we were the former of all things. We were Britain. Britain means covenant man. We ruled Europe for 1,000 years. I mean the so-called black. England, land of the angels. That's what that means. Scotland, black land or black man. Into the Ireland and all that. So, right here, responsible, and America is responsible, and the small hats, the ones that call themselves Jews, are not over in Israel. The Jewish people, they funded the slave trade. They learned it by the Arabs. They slaughtered our people, millions and millions, and built this city on blood. This whole America as a city built this town on blood. This whole American place is a town. It's a house. And they built it on blood, not morals, not a righteous jurisdiction, righteous judicial laws. They hung slaves, they burnt, raped, robbed slaves, left and right, brutally murdered children, and put them in the fields to work. So there's no going back. And like the man said in the video, America claims freedom, proclaimed liberty and all that, but all these other countries are liberated too. Japan, Canada, they got free Medicare in Canada. These people over here in America are being duped and being overrun by evil government that allows all the abominations but want to play Christian when it comes to making their own decisions fit for their own world that they have in play called the New World Order. But the Most High is putting these things in play because he's deceiving them with their own works. And it says, forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reaches into the heavens, just like old Babylon. But this new Babylon, right here in America, they have reached into the heaven with their pride and with their technology. And it's lifted up even to the skies, calling themselves the Most High, setting their space vehicles in the sky, replacing or tending to replace the truth about the angels, covering those things up, the covering cast with lies about green aliens and phenomenons and forces are unidentified. For judgment reaches to heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. See? So you think about the Tower of Babel back then, that the Most High confounded their language so they wouldn't be able to finish the tower. But it's something called spiritual Egypt right here in America. Spiritual Sodom right here in America. Tells you that in Revelation. We're living in spiritual times, but it's being played out physically. So a lot of people don't understand that America is Babylon because they don't have the spirit to discern those things. The prophets do, but the more they see the prophets and the more they hear the prophets, the more they try to understand the true meaning of the words that's written in the Bible, true judgments that's written in the Bible. And like any former kingdom that has ever been, that has dissipated, that has dissolved, that has been ruined and cut down by another kingdom, they'll soon understand that this kingdom has to go too. And brothers keep mentioning it. The apostles, the elders, 250-year period of every kingdom that had fallen. So there's no healing in Babylon. There's no ointment. There's no balm for Babylon. That's another scripture. It might be in this same chapter. Let me find it right quick, close out. This is also known as the daughter of Egypt. Jeremiah 46:11, go up into Gilead and take balm, O virgin, the daughter of Egypt. In vain shalt thou use many medicines, for thou shalt not be cured. And they're using witchcraft. They're using technology. They're using, some of the old stuff mixed with the new. They're using the ideals of Rome. This is Rome all over again. They're using certain ideals of the past kingdoms, at their strong points to put it all together and make Babylon, this place is nothing new, so to speak. And how they conduct business and how they conduct, transformation to where they trying to become advanced above all the other kingdoms, or just, a powerful kingdom as those kingdoms together would be. And that's why we call this spiritual Sodom and Egypt, call this spiritual Babylon. I mean, it's called modern day Babylon, modern day Rome, the last leg of Rome. This is, Syria. It's called Nineveh. It's the city of Jericho all over again. Because every one of those kingdoms had prophets to prophesy before its downfall. Same thing here in America. It says, Jeremiah 51:8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. But no, nobody's howling for her. Nobody's rooting for Babylon and America to come back. Everybody's trying to go for their superpower, and they're trying to move America out the way, because America is a problem with striving for superpower position when it comes to these other nations. That's why you think they're joining the BRICS, man? To take America out, and Russia as an anchor. So America is not that beautiful, young, high-spirited, what do you call it? It's a word for it. But she's an old harlot now, full of disease, every disease that a man account for and not account for. It says the plagues that's not written even in the scriptures are going to hit this place. So, yeah. Anyway, hopefully that's fine to the next video. Shalom. And giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostle, elder bishops, great millstone, much salutations to the brothers, teaching word for the hopeful elect, soon be elect, most high will, to the hopeful extend elect, Shalom, blessings, men, women, and children. We're almost out of here. The countdown has started. We don't go by a physical clock, but we go by the measurement of time and measuring it diligently. And tick-tocking most high is rocking this place, shaking this place up. That's why people are leaving the churches and asking more questions on the outside than it is in the inside. Even in school, they be like, what's school worth? Nothing. What's church worth? Nothing. Listening to these politics worth nothing. They're all lying. They all got something up their sleeve. So I'm just pretty much a loner. Let me get with a group of people in this last war. That's what people's mind is. And America knows that. But like the scriptures say, America can be healed, and she's going to be destroyed. Shalom.